Your hidden invisible force you are not taking advantage of. There is a force inside you. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't knock loudly at your door. It doesn't scream for attention, but it's there silently waiting, ready to shift your entire life, and most people never tap into it. They live their whole lives unaware of the invisible power working within them. Today, I want to remind you of that force, not outside you, not around you, but within you. It's your belief, your self-image, your inner world, that hidden, invisible force you're not taking advantage of. The silent power shaping your life. We live in a world that teaches us to chase the visible. We chase titles, we chase status, we chase approval. We think success is found in how much we can collect, how loud we can be, and how quickly we can rise. But the real power, the one shaping every outcome in your life, isn't loud. It isn't flashy. It doesn't show up in headlines or hashtags. It's silent. It works behind the scenes, and most people never take the time to notice it, let alone master it. That power is your mindset. It's the inner story you're telling yourself every single day. It's the subconscious beliefs you've been carrying for years, many of which you never chose. The world outside is reflecting the world inside. Take a moment to pause. Look around your life, your relationships, your career, your health, your habits. These are all reflections of one thing: what you believe you are worthy of. It's not random, it's not luck. It's the echo of your self-concept. If you believe you're not good enough, your actions will quietly sabotage your potential. If you believe you're not lovable, you'll keep attracting people who confirm that belief. If you believe life is hard and unfair, you'll only notice the struggle, never the opportunity. Your outer world bends to the shape of your inner world, and that's why this silent power, your mindset, is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Your beliefs run deeper than you think. Here's the thing about beliefs: they don't need to be true to control you. You might have picked them up as a child, from parents, teachers, society. Statements like, "You'll never be anything," "Money is the root of all evil," "People like us don't succeed." Those seeds, once planted, grow into internal walls. And long after you've forgotten where they came from, they're still shaping what you go after, what you settle for, and what you avoid. You don't chase big dreams if deep down you believe you're not worthy of them. You don't leave toxic environments if you've accepted pain as normal. And you don't speak powerfully if your inner voice has been silenced for years. The inner shift creates the outer break. Through we often think our breakthrough will come from outside, a promotion, a relationship, a lucky break. But breakthroughs don't begin there. They begin when you change how you see yourself. You don't rise when circumstances change. You rise when your standards change. You rise when you finally decide, "I'm done living small." You rise when you stop identifying with your past and start aligning with your potential. This shift is silent. Nobody sees it the day it happens, but suddenly you walk differently, you talk differently. You no longer tolerate what once drained you. You no longer explain your worth, you embody it. Protect the gate of your mind. The world is loud. Every day, something or someone is trying to write on the walls of your mind, through media, through opinions, through comparison. But if you don't become the gatekeeper of your mind, life will hand you an identity you never chose. Protect your peace like it's priceless. Feed your spirit with truth. Guard your thoughts with intention. You don't have to accept every thought that enters your mind. You don't have to agree with every fear. You don't have to internalize every rejection. Train your mind to serve your future, not your fear. Because a trained mind is unstoppable, but a mind left on autopilot will keep reliving the past. Start where you are. The power is already in you. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to wait for permission. The power to change your life is already in you. It's not found in the noise. It's found in the silence, in the quiet decision to believe differently, to think higher, to expect more. Because the moment you shift what's happening inside you, everything outside begins to align. So today, take back your power. Listen to that quiet voice, the one that tells you you're meant for more. Rewire the narrative. Choose your thoughts like your life depends on it, because it does. Your mindset is the silent architect of your life. And when you master it, you stop surviving by default and start living by design. Your beliefs are building or blocking your future. Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to rise so effortlessly, while others stay stuck for years, despite working hard, trying, pushing? It's not always about talent. It's not always about luck. It's not even always about opportunity. The real difference, belief, the quiet, powerful force directing your decisions, actions, and reactions every single day. Your beliefs are either building the life you want, or they are silently blocking the future you are meant to live. Belief is the blueprint of your life. Every result you've created, good or bad, started with a belief. Your belief system is like the blueprint of a house. If the blueprint is small, cracked, or limited, no matter how expensive the materials are, the house will reflect those limits. You could have the skills. You could have the ambition. But if your inner blueprint says, "I'm not smart enough, I don't deserve love, people like me don't succeed," then your outer reality will follow that script, whether you realize it or not. You act on what you believe, not what you know. You may know you're capable, you may know there's more inside you, but knowledge doesn't move mountains, belief does. You will always act on what you believe is possible for you. If deep down you believe you're not good enough, you'll shrink in rooms where you're supposed to shine. You'll turn down opportunities you were qualified for. You'll sabotage relationships that feel too healthy or too real. Why? Because the inner belief doesn't match the outer experience. And when they clash, the belief always wins. So if you want a bigger life, you don't just need bigger goals. You need bigger beliefs. Beliefs are often inherited, not chosen. Here's the thing about beliefs. Most of them weren't created by you. They were given to you. From childhood, you were shaped by other people's fears, opinions, and limitations. Maybe a parent told you money is evil, a teacher said you'd never make it, a friend mocked your dreams, and without realizing it, you absorbed those words and built your identity around them. But what you didn't choose, you can now challenge. You are not required to keep believing things that are holding you back. You can unlearn scarcity. You can unlearn insecurity. You can unlearn the belief that success is for other people. Building empowering beliefs is a daily decision. New beliefs don't stick just because you read a quote or hear a motivational talk. They stick through repetition, alignment, and action. Every time you choose faith over fear, every time you act despite doubt, every time you affirm your worth out loud, you are reprogramming your mind to expect better. It won't happen overnight. But belief grows the same way doubt did, one thought at a time. Start speaking life over yourself. Start rewriting your internal dialogue. Tell yourself, "I am not my past. I am not my mistakes. I am becoming the person I was created to be." Because when your beliefs align with your vision, your behavior follows. And when your behavior changes, your future is no longer a hope. It becomes a plan. Your future is waiting on your permission. Let's be honest. The life you want is already possible. It's already available. But it's waiting for you to believe you're ready for it. You're not stuck because the door is locked. You're stuck because you haven't believed you're allowed to open it. You don't need the whole staircase, just enough belief to take the next step. So ask yourself, what belief do I need to let go of today, and what belief do I need to replace it with? Because every time you replace fear with faith, every time you replace doubt with truth, you're not just changing your mindset, you're building your future. Your beliefs are the foundation of your destiny. They're either laying bricks beneath your dreams or building walls around them. So choose wisely, build consciously, believe boldly, because the moment you upgrade your belief, your future starts rising to meet it. Reality doesn't change until you do. We all want something to change. A better job, a healthier body, a more peaceful mind, more money, more love, more purpose. But here's the hard truth most people never face. Reality doesn't change. Until you do, you can't keep thinking the same way, reacting the same way, showing up the same way, and expect your life to magically transform. Your outer world will always reflect your inner world. And until something shifts inside you, nothing lasting will shift around you. The mirror principle of life. Life is a mirror. It reflects not what you wish, but what you are. If you're constantly attracting chaos, maybe your mind is filled with it. If you keep encountering the same painful relationship patterns, maybe there's something unresolved inside you. If you're frustrated with your finances, maybe your beliefs about money are outdated or limiting. We often think the problem is out there, it's the job, the boss, the partner, the economy. But what if it's not them? What if it's you that needs to grow, not because you're broken, but because the next version of your life requires the next version of you? Change starts with ownership. You cannot change what you will not take responsibility for. And that doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means taking back your power. Blaming the world keeps you stuck. Owning your choices sets you free. Your past may not be your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. Your growth is your responsibility. Your elevation is your responsibility. The life you want isn't waiting on someone to rescue you. It's waiting on you to reinvent yourself, to do the uncomfortable inner work, to face the fear, to shift the mindset, to break the patterns that are no longer serving your future. Nothing changes if you stay the same. You can't solve new problems with the same old thinking. You can't build a new future with a mindset rooted in the past. The version of you that created your current life cannot be the same version that creates the next level. Growth isn't about fixing yourself. It's about releasing what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. It means letting go of old narratives like, I'm not good enough, I always mess things up, people like me don't succeed, and replacing them with truth, I am capable of change, I am worthy of good things, I am becoming stronger every day. Transformation is not a leap. It's a choice made daily. Energy leads, results follow. Your energy is more powerful than you think. How you feel, think, and believe creates a frequency, and that frequency attracts experiences that match it. If you're operating from lack, you attract more scarcity. If you're operating from fear, you attract more obstacles. But if you shift to faith, gratitude, and confidence, doors start to open. Not because life suddenly became easier, but because you became different. The world responds to your internal state. That's why two people can walk into the same room. One leaves with opportunities, the other leaves frustrated. What changed? Their energy, their belief, their posture. You are the common denominator everywhere you go. You bring your mindset, your habits, your expectations. If you keep experiencing the same disappointments, the same frustrations, the same outcomes, it's time to stop blaming the environment and start examining the self. This is not criticism, it's liberation. Because if you are the problem, then you are also the solution, and that means you have control, you have power, you have choice. When you raise your standards, when you demand more of yourself, when you stretch your faith and renew your thoughts, your entire world begins to shift. Not instantly, but inevitably. Everyone wants better circumstances, but most aren't willing to become a better version of themselves to match them. So ask yourself, what part of me needs to grow to match the life I want? What beliefs must I release? What habits must I develop? What mindset must I adopt? Because reality isn't going to change for you. It's going to change because of you. Don't wait for life to give you permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to choose you. Choose yourself, change yourself, and watch how everything else starts falling into place. Because your reality doesn't change until you do. When you shift internally, everything follows externally. We live in a world that puts so much weight on external things: success, money, recognition, relationships, status. We chase the dream car. We work endlessly for the promotion. We long for the perfect partner or the ideal lifestyle. But here's the truth no one emphasizes enough. When you shift internally, everything follows externally. The outside world is a reflection of your inside world. And when you change what's going on within, your thoughts, your beliefs, your energy, you start to experience a transformation in what happens around you. External change starts with internal alignment. You can't expect the world to treat you like you're valuable when you walk around feeling unworthy. You can't expect abundance when your mindset is still rooted in scarcity. You can't expect peace when your inner world is filled with chaos. We often focus on changing our behavior, but forget the source of our behavior, our thoughts, our emotions, our identity. Real change happens when you align who you are on the inside with the life you want to live on the outside. Your mindset sets your standard, your self-worth sets your boundaries, your inner peace sets your pace. The inner shift that changes everything. There's a version of you that you haven't met yet. A version that's confident, bold, peaceful, focused, aligned. That version isn't waiting in a new job or a new relationship. It's already inside you, waiting to be activated. You don't need more time. You don't need more talent. What you need is a shift internally, a shift in how you see yourself, a shift in how you speak to yourself, a shift in what you believe you're capable of. That moment when you start saying, I am enough, I can change, I do have what it takes, is the moment your reality starts catching up to your mindset. Your energy directs your experience. Have you ever noticed how your energy influences how people respond to you? When you walk in a room with self-assurance, people pay attention. When you carry peace, people feel safe around you. When you show up with faith, opportunities seem to find you. This isn't magic, it's alignment. Your energy creates your experience, and that energy is fueled by your inner world. If you constantly feel overlooked, ask yourself, are you overlooking yourself? If you constantly feel unsupported, ask yourself, are you supporting your own growth? The shift has to start inside. Then everything around you begins to mirror it. Stop waiting for the world to change first. Many people wait for life to get better before they feel better. They wait for love to feel worthy. They wait for money to feel abundant. They wait for success to feel powerful. But life doesn't work that way. It responds to you. When you start feeling worthy, love shows up. When you start feeling abundant, resources begin to align. When you start walking in purpose, doors start opening. You go first. The world follows your lead. That's why internal shifts are the most powerful ones, because they don't just change how you feel. They change what you attract, what you allow, what you tolerate. And what you create. You are the cause, not the effect. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are not the effect of your environment. You are the cause of your transformation. When you shift your mindset, when you raise your standards, when you let go of what no longer serves your peace, life begins to move differently for you. People treat you differently. You see opportunities that were always there, but you were too blind to notice. You no longer chase. You attract. You no longer beg. You decide. Why? Because you changed, and that's the greatest power you'll ever have. If you want to see a shift in your life, don't just change your routine. Change your reality from the inside out. Speak differently. Think higher. Expect better. Walk in alignment with who you were always meant to be. The life you want isn't waiting out there. It's waiting on a shift in here. So shift your energy. Shift your beliefs. Shift your identity. When you shift internally, everything else has no choice but to follow. You are already equipped to activate what's within you. Keep thinking you need more time, more knowledge, more support, more resources, and because of that belief, you delay your next step, you hesitate. You hold back, you shrink, but here's the truth you need to hear today. You are already equipped. Everything you need to begin is already within you. You don't need to be more. You need to unlock what's already there. You need to activate what's been lying dormant inside of you. You're not missing anything. You're just not using everything. You were created with purpose. You were designed with intention. The gifts, the intuition, the drive, the resilience, it's all inside of you. But life tries to convince you otherwise. It tells you to wait until you're more qualified, until you feel more confident, until someone else validates your worth. But the truth is, you're not waiting on anything. You're just underestimating what's already within you. You don't lack ability. You lack activation. That moment when you say, I'm going to show up as if I already have everything I need, that's when your life begins to shift. Your calling comes with capacity. Whatever you feel called to do in life, build, speak, lead, create, it's not random. And here's what's powerful. Your calling always comes with capacity. If you were given the vision, you were also given the power to carry it out. Think about it. Seeds carry the blueprint for entire forests. They don't look like much at first glance, but everything they need to become something greater is already inside. You're the same. Your greatness might not be visible yet, but it's there, and the moment you stop searching outside yourself and start watering what's within, things begin to grow. Ideas bloom, courage builds, opportunities find you, because you finally found yourself. Stop looking for external permission. One of the biggest things holding people back is waiting for permission. Permission to speak up, to lead, to start, to be seen, but you were never meant to live on approval. You were meant to live on conviction. Nobody gave David permission to face Goliath. Nobody gave Rosa Parks permission to stay seated. Nobody gave the world's great innovators and leaders permission to believe in the impossible. They activated what was inside, and the world adjusted, and you can too. You don't need a platform. Start with your presence. You don't need followers. Start with your faith. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next step boldly. Your power is activated through action. You can read every book, watch every video, pray every prayer, but nothing activates what's inside like movement. Action turns potential into progress. Action brings clarity. Action unlocks growth. You don't become confident by waiting. You become confident by doing. You don't become wise by hesitating. You become wise by stepping out. You are equipped, but your equipment won't turn on until you move. The world needs the version of you that's awake. There's someone out there who needs your words, your presence, your courage, your healing, your vision, but they can't receive it if you stay silent, hidden, or asleep to your potential. You were not created to live numb, passive, or invisible. You were created to impact, to influence, to lead, to build, and no matter what your past has looked like, no matter the mistakes, the pain, or the seasons of feeling lost, nothing can cancel what's already inside of you. The only thing that can stop you is if you never activate it. So here's your reminder today: you are already equipped. You don't need to become more, you need to believe in what's already within. Speak up, stand tall, take the risk, write the story, start the business, lead the movement, become who you were always created to be. Because the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the fully activated, fully alive version of you. It's time. Stop waiting, start walking, and activate what's already within.